it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. How's everybody doing today? There we go. I'm doing well today. The time of filming this is Friday. You will probably see it on Saturday. But today the winner is being picked from my drawing from last Thursday. So stay tuned till the end to see if you won. I have just recorded the little winning thing, so I know, but I'm not telling. You have to watch to the end. So what is my channel about? It is generally about crochet. My husband and I live in a camper, and we do some traveling. We will be traveling a lot over the winter and into next summer. We're leaving Ohio, going down to Florida, over to Arizona, and up to Alaska before we come back to Ohio. So that's like the next 10 to 12 months worth of traveling when we leave here in October. So stick around because there'll be videos on what we're seeing and what we're doing. Currently, I just did some yarn shops because they're doing here in Northern Ohio a yarn discovery tour, and I hit 3 out of 5 that I wanted to hit that day. I ran out of time on the 5th one. The 4th one had sadly gone out of business, and I missed that glitch in the system where they took it off part of the route, but still had it in on part of the route, and so I looked for it, but I didn't find it, sadly, because they were closed. But there are several more stores I want to hit, so I'm going to try to do that. But my weekends are kind of full, so I have to do it during the week, and that's for retired, I'm like, I don't know how I had time to work, because even though I'm not doing anything, I'm busy. Right now, we have a month left of summer as far as camping season goes, and we have to move into the small camper. We have more stuff in this camper than I remembered us leaving in here when we closed it up last year. So a lot of that is my time is going to be taken up seeing what I can fit and what I sadly have to get rid of or put back into storage. Like all of our outdoor furniture has to go into storage. We had a lot of furniture because we would have, we have campfires and we have people come sit around the campfire, and so we have a lot of furniture here, outside furniture. So we have to figure out what we're doing with that and get it moved. And everything that we have is an hour away. Well, our storage units aren't an hour away, but we'll probably store the outdoor furniture with family because it won't fit in our storage units. And so that's lots of driving back and forth. But that's okay. Not much to see or do then, but I'll get crocheting during the drives, that's for sure. And speaking of driving, so we went to my daughter's, which we do at least once a week. We go visit the family and we have family dinner, and we did that yesterday. And we collect our mail because in the wintertime when we're gone, my daughter collects our mail. And so when we're out by her house, we collect mail. And I got this, I went to the post office box and I got this in the mail. It says, Big Twist at Michael's. So I was so excited. And on the back, there is a 60% off one coupon. And I'm like, oh, they've got Big Twist at Michael's. I just want to see. I mean, I've been seeing things that they're going to have it packaged differently. But they're showing actual Big Twist labels on here. So I was really excited to see something going on. This is good through the 20th, this coupon. So I hope you guys are all getting this coupon. It's one-time use, but so he let me have it back, which I was real happy for because I wanted to show it in the video today. But we did make a special stop. We passed a Michael's on the way to and from my, going to see my kids. But the exit ramps are closed. So you have to go out of the way. So I haven't been there. Joann's being closed. I haven't, other than the local yarn stores, I haven't been into a Michael's. But I'm doing, I'm still trying to finish up. Oh, hold on. Don't. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to finish up. I didn't finish all of the Year of Dishcloths, the Annie's catalog. Laura from Mimi's Crochet and Farming, she did a challenge to do all the dishcloths. She still has 2 to finish up herself. There were a couple that, one of them was using like a thread to make or something like lace weight or something, and I'm like, I'm not doing that because I'm not doing it. I don't have that kind of yarn here except for the one that I'm using for a blanket, so I'm not using that for a dishcloth. And 2, I'm not making a dishcloth out of that. No. And if you made it out of like the 4-weight cotton, you know how big that thing would be? So I said no. One of them I couldn't figure out, but mostly I think I've done all but 2. And the ones that I haven't gotten to yet. So the one for this week, I just, in the last video you saw, I did the pumpkin. And the next one coming up is the school bus. And I said I didn't have any, and I didn't, any more yarn, yellow yarn. So I was thinking maybe I would do it like the Partridge Family, and I really am like, I don't want to do that because that's going to probably be a real pain in the rear. And then you got all those ends. I mean, it would be cute at the end, but no one except us old people would even know what that was. They'd be like, why did you make that school bus look like that? Like my family. They wouldn't know. So, anyway, I thought, well, I got this coupon. Good excuse to stop at that Michael's and see if I could buy the yarn. And I did. So I went to Michael's, and I will show you. Let me just put this back. Now I can make the school bus. So I'm happy about that. Let's put this back over here. So I went to Michael's. And I'm going to tell you, I did not see one Big Twist label anywhere. I can't film in there because I could if I like took the sound away. I guess, but they have music playing in the background and YouTube doesn't like that. And it's usually playing kind of loudly. But the shelves were pretty empty. I didn't see anything that said Big Twist on it or that indicated this is a Big Twist yarn or was a Big Twist, nothing. So I was real disappointed in that. Lots of loops and threads. They have their value yarn, which was pretty much nothing. The shelves there were pretty empty. So I don't know if they're like clearing out space to bring in the Big Twist, but if you're sending advertisements showing the Big Twist, you'd think you'd have it in the store. So I was disappointed not to find any. They had a very small amount of Caron jumbos, and they had Line Brand 1 pound, and everything else pretty much was loops and threads. Or their Craft Smart or whatever it is, their value yarn, they had some of that. And some of their loops and threads, they're selling at the same prices. They're selling like the name brand, the Caron Jumbo, like 1 poundish. It's like a poundish size of yarn. And their loops and threads were the exact same price. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. This is supposed to be your store brand. Why would your store brand be the same price as, the name brand? I don't get it, but it's all right. I did get loops and threads yellow cotton, and it was $2.99, so it wasn't a bad price. Not as expensive as like Premier, I don't think, for the same size-ish. But it was the right color. I like the color. I mean, it's a lemon yellow, not a... But it'll work. It's a 4-weight. It says it's 120 yards, 2.5 ounces, 109 meters. And it just says cotton. It doesn't... 100% cotton. So, $2.99 for 100% cotton. Not too bad. It will make my school bus. So, I'm excited for that. And then I had that 60% off, so I had to use something. I was hoping... my friend Bree is making this beautiful filet shawl. She got it free on the Hobie website, which I haven't looked at yet, but free from Hobie, and it's a big rose, and she is using like a cotton cake, and so far, I don't know what colors are in her cotton cake. So far, she's not real far on it, and maybe the whole thing is black, but so far everything that she's doing is black. But the rose, the thing is beautiful. Like the picture of the shawl that I saw is gorgeous. I'm like, I want to make one of those. Add to the list, right? But I thought maybe I'll see some really beautiful, you know, cake of yarn there, thin yarn to make that out of, because she's using, it's like a 1 or 2 weight. And they didn't have anything, but I was really hoping I could get like one skein and maybe make that shawl out of it. But nothing. So I did get white. I just got white. Lion Brand 1 pound of love in white. Because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you can never have enough white. So it's 1 pound. It's 16 ounces. It's, let me read all the stats to you. 454 grams is the 16 ounces, 1,020 yards, 932 meters. Yeah, a little dyslexic sometimes. Some days worse than others. 100% cotton, acrylic, and I can't read. 100% acrylic, and it's a 4-weight. So it's a thin 4, we all know that. And it is just called white. But when I went to Dollar Tree to buy their yarn, I was hoping to get several skeins of white. So 60% off. I think I paid $5 and change. I just saw my receipt in here. Sorry for the crinkle. I should have pulled it out. There we go. White yarn, I love to keep. I always want to keep it in a bag so it doesn't get dirty. Let's see. I paid $4.80, and so it was $2.99 for the cotton. Oh wait, yeah, it says $4.80. One at $4.80. So that's what I paid for that. So that's cheaper than when I got the Dollar Tree yarn. And I'm going to tell you, that Dollar Tree yarn is really nice and soft. I like it. This has got to be put in the yarn stash. This gets to get put in that little bag with my book. This bag I got from Ice. I don't think I've ever showed it to you. This is the bag I've been keeping the washcloths in. And it's a nice yarns bag. I think they gave it to me free a while back. So, with the Dollar Tree yarn, look at how this is all segueing together so nicely. I did and have been working on my Frankenstein. Oh, I don't have the label in here. What happened to the label? I don't know where the label went. But this is the yarn from Dollar Tree. It is a yarn from Red Heart. And I've been told by people, and I don't know if they're how much in the know they're in, but someone told me that Dollar Tree yarn, Dollar Tree is all going to be like it was Premier Yarns. They're switching to Red Heart. But this yarn is really soft. You know, it's not like the Super Saver rough stuff used to be. This is soft. I'm really enjoying working with it. It's not splitting. It's working up really, really nicely. So after my last video, I again remeasured, and I'm short. What was like 35 inches is now 32 inches. I don't know. I have the amazing shrinking yarns around here, or growing. It's me, I'm sure. So I'm like, what the heck happened? I mean, I can stretch it and make it 35 inches, no problem. But I decided I'm just going to add to it on either end, and now it's got a neck. So this is what I did. When it's done, it'll be fine. Right now it kind of looks funny, but this is what I just kind of did a starting chain and added two. And you can see I'm in the middle right here of the row. And I'm just going to add my little things, just little tiny bolts right here on the sides. And when I measured this, I added 20 stitches. Actually, I haven't, but I'm sure it's big enough now. If not, I just give up. I'm just gonna put fringe all around it or something. I don't know. Pull it out, start again. I don't know why I am having such a hard time keeping something the size I want it to be. But it did make for a nice way to put my bolts on. He's gonna have a really wide neck, but you know, you need it to be wide enough to cover the little feetsies, right? So that's what it's looking like. I'm using this 4-weight green from Dollar Tree. I am using my chocolate number 6mm. I don't know what that is. H hook J 6mm clover, because Frankenstein likes chocolate. I just decided that. So that's working out for me. I did do my luck of the draw. My color this week was finally the missing color of the cabins. So this is Big Twist, speaking of, in the green, called Varsity Green. And that's my color this week on my Luck of the Draw blanket. So this is done for the week. And now that I've showed it to you, I can put it away until next Thursday when the next color is drawn. I think this was week 5, or was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is week 6. We only have 4 more weeks to go, guys. In this blankie, we'll get... I've decided for the border, I think I have, you know, plenty of space for a border. So I think for the border, I'm going to do 1 row of each of the cabin colors and the green. Excuse me, 1 row of all 5 colors. Like single crochet, skip 1, you know, chain 1, skip 1. Maybe half. I'll do half double because I hate single crochet. I can never get in the right flow with a single crochet, but I'll probably do half doubles. Chain 1, skip 1, chain 1, skip 1, and then go back and go in the skipped spaces, and then so it gives it that. But that might be too solid, so maybe I'll just do chain 1, skip 1, chain 1, skip 1, chain 1, skip 1, and you know, going back in the not chain space, so that it's a lacier border because it's a lacy stitch. I don't really know the name of the stitch. I think I found it on TikTok. I saw somebody on TikTok had made something, and I paused the TikTok because I'm like, oh, I love that stitch. I gotta see what that is. And you know, zoomed in, and I'm like, oh, I could do that. That's just like a granny stitch with a V stitch in the middle, and then the granny stitch in the V, and then the V stitch in the middle. Creative Grandma has a tutorial on how to do that stitch. I found out later, and I have had it linked in the video. I think it still will be linked in this one, but if not, it's in other previous ones. I don't remember if I took it out. So it's a nice stitch pattern. I think the stitch looks really pretty, and it's very lacy and drapey. And I'm using a 7mm hook with that blanket to give it the drape that I wanted for it. Then finally, my last thing that I have worked on, I have not gotten out my graph. I don't think I'll get to it this weekend. I just need like so much time and space to pull that out and work on it, and I just want to get to it so badly. I haven't finished the ladybug yet of my graph, but this is my Boggy Blanket Brigade tote. This is what we're drawing a prize for today. So the winner of the prize can have it this way, or they can, with the black bag, or they can have it with the natural colored bag, or they can pick the Nana June one. The tote with Nana June says, in memory of Nana June from the Boggy Blanket Brigade, is a subscriber who has passed, and she was a big contributor to our donation drive of blankets for Camp Boggy Creek, which I talk about quite a bit on my channel. I know it's near and dear to my heart, and I do crochet a lot for it, so I promote it because we collect blankets for these kids to take home with them when they go to camp. They're chronically ill children, and they get to go to camp for free, and they get to take home a blanket. So I don't want to dwell on that in this video because I do spend a lot of time talking about it. But the drawing is for that tote bag. And generally, once it gets ordered, it takes about a week or 10 days to get it. Sky from Sky's Creations makes them for us. She's doing our swag shop for Boggy this year. And she will, I'm sure, be our go-to person for the rest of eternity because she is doing a fabulous job. And everybody is very happy with the t-shirts, long and short sleeve, and hoodies and tote bags that they have gotten from her. So when I ordered the tote bag for the giveaway, I'm also ordering a Nana June one for myself and an orange hoodie. I think the hoodies come in orange. Orange long sleeve t-shirt. That's what I want. Not hoodie. I have a hoodie. So anyway, this in that bag lives this blanket, which I did, and then I screwed it up, and I had it redid. So I am back to where I was, and it is square now. I have all the right number of stitches on every single row, on every single side. It is a square blanket. It is Juan's Spring Crochet Along. He did it in a 4-weight yarn, and it was beautiful. He did it in a solid white, and it's gorgeous. It's like heirloom quality. I am using Big Twist. Who would guess? I'm using Big Twist Vista. It's a 1-weight cotton yarn, 54% cotton, or 56%. Yeah, sorry, 56 cotton, 35 acrylic, and 9% polyamide. I am using a 4.5mm hook. It says to use a 2 or 2.75. That's way too small. I would not be able to see those stitches at all. As it is, when I work with this, my eyes get crossed and I get blurry vision. And I can only do it for so long. And then I can't see. So, the colorway is called Sunrise, Sunset, Sunrise. And I think it is beautiful. Juan did a fabulous job on the tutorial, and I think this yarn does a fabulous job to his creation. And mine obviously won't be as large as his because I'm using a 1-weight yarn. But I had 3 skeins of this, and I wanted, Nancy from She's Got Yarn gave me the yarn. She doesn't like to use thin yarns. I think the thinner the yarn, I think the more beautiful the work is. And so I enjoy the finished product. Working with it is, like I said, hard on my eyes, and it's time consuming. It's a slow grow because it doesn't grow very quickly. But I was just wanting a summer throw. I have 3 skeins of this yarn, and this is the second skein. So it's about maybe halfway done. There was 700 some yards on it, 705 yards. So, maybe halfway. I am taking from the inside, so maybe less than halfway. And I just finished row 44. I don't know how many rows there are, but I have a whole nother cake. So if Juan's blanket tutorial runs out before my yarn does, I did get some white, and I can do the outer in. I just picked up some white lace. What did I get? Big Twist Baby Bunny yarn. And there's 284 yards on this, and I got 2 of these, and the color is, I think it's just white, vanilla cake. So it might get like a couple of rows of that at the end. If the tutorial runs out and I still have yarn, then I'm going to be calling Juan saying, hey, give me a couple more stitches to do. I've got more yarn. I gotta make my blanket bigger. Or I'll just call it done. I don't know. But if I still have a whole other cake, I will probably want to put it in. Or maybe I'll make that rose shawl out of the other cake. I know this cake isn't as big as the cotton cakes that Brie is using on her rose shawl. Filet shawl. They have like 1,000 yards, and this only has 700 yards. So she's doing it in, I don't know if she's doing it in a salon. I've only seen the black, but it's you know, we'll see. We'll see as it goes. It's gorgeous. I'll tell you that. She doesn't do a channel, so you can't see her progress, but I'll keep you posted. Because I think I'm going to, when I get off of here, just go download that pattern so I have it. And when I'm in these local yarn stores, maybe somebody will have some yarn I can use to make it out of. That would be a really good idea. But I'm getting free patterns from them too, and I've gotten now more yarn, more patterns, more projects. You know how it is. The to-do list gets longer and longer and longer and never gets done. You never finish the yarn to-do list. Do you guys ever finish your yarn to-do list? I never. Mine's probably a mile long now. And I sometimes have to go through and take things out of it. And then I'm sad because I wanted to make that thing. So that's all I have for you today. Aside from, I'm going to insert right here the video of the winner. So everyone, please congratulate the winner. I probably won't be back for a couple days because I showed you everything that I've worked on. And it's the weekend. Football game on Sunday. I know we won't be home. We're going to go visit my brother-in-law and watch the football game at his house with Roy's brothers and their families. Tomorrow, I think we're packing and moving, and I just don't think I'll have enough to have content for unless I get to a yarn store somewhere in between today and tomorrow, which maybe, hopefully, cross fingers. We'll see. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next video. Again, congratulate our winner, and I'll see you later. Bye. All right, so here we are at the random comment picker. I've put the link in. We're going to filter duplicate users, and we're going to add that, get comments. It says only 82, so let's come over here, and there it is. I think this is what we do. Hit start, and let's see who our winner is. Julianne 5196. Hi, Lynette. Oh, there we go. Hi, Lynette. Your Boggy Blanket is looking good. Your squares are wonderful. So, Julianne, you will need to contact me via email at charmedgrammycrochet@gmail.com and give me your address and which tote bag do you want, and I will have it made for you and sent out. So congratulations. Yay. Thank you, everyone, for watching, liking, subscribing, and congratulate Julianne. Bye-bye.